Appreciate that. Hey, man, listen. I was completely oblivious to this fight week happening because of what happened last week. I was oblivious to UFC 267 being free until you told me, sir.
Hey,
Okay?
that's how much they care. That's how little they care about Jan, right? They're like, this dude can't pull any pay-per-view numbers. We're not gonna waste marketing money.
Yeah,
because we're gonna lose more in the marketing and doing this whole tour than what we're gonna bring in pay-per-view. So they just gave it up for free.
A 2:00 afternoon
yeah.
on a Saturday. A Saturday.
Uh-huh.
They could at least put it at the regular time at 10. You know what I mean? Like, because that's after all college football is over.
Right.
Super Force. You know what I mean? You might be able to catch some.
No, right in the middle of the big games going on, college football games.
And also put it on. If you're gonna do that, just put it on ESPN. Like, don't put it on the app. Like,
right.
Put it on main ESPN. Look,
you don't even have to pay $45 to get cable. Just pay $6.99 to get ESPN Plus, and you can watch it. That's how little they care about that, dude. That's the respect that they have for him. Not only that, and then immediately they have a pay-per-view right after. They're like, oh, by the way, that exhibition that just happened, we got a real fight coming up this weekend.
Son, like, they didn't even do, like, you know how they do the fight, like the vlogs. They didn't even do that for UFC 267. Like, there was no episode 1.
Like the week leading the week of the fight. Yeah, none of that happened.
Sunday was episode 1 of UFC 268. Listen, this card is super stacked.
Yeah,
you have Usman Covington, Chandler Gaethje, which kicks off the pay-per-view, and then you also have what's the second title fight? Oh, Weili Zhang.
Yeah,
Weili Zhang and Rose Namajunas.
Yep.
Look at, like, this card is stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's your boy Rob Font at, though? Where's he? Is he hurt?
Hey, Rob Font should be fighting. Look, man,
he should be.
Just because he's not running his mouth like Conor McGregor or putting on Michael Chandler, who, like, all of a sudden after he fought Dan Hooker, all of a sudden he turned into like an WWE wrestler doing his own version of Conor McGregor. The dude is quiet. He doesn't run his mouth, but he fights. I know you're like, who's Rob Font? I'm like, look, he said 10 words his entire UFC career. Just watch his fights.
Should be on this card. This would be good to put him on. Like, this would be a good fight to put. You know what I mean? A good card to put him into, like, maybe like the main event of the prelims.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? To put him, like, these are the moments you need to build those next stars.
Hell, not the prelims. Are you crazy? If this dude is on the main card, Shane Burgos, he should be on a main card for sure.
I don't even know who Billy Quarantillo is. You got two.
Well, I know who Burgos is, but so if this dude is on here, then Rob Font should definitely be on the main card.
Son, like, Frankie Edgar's on this fight. Frankie Edgar should retire.
Frankie Edgar looks like he's like, man, he's been hitting that pipe. But
he don't look good, man. Listen, man, Frankie, just give it up. Like, listen, you're a legend. You're gonna be in the Hall of Fame, brother. You got the rest of your life to live.
Ao Iaquinta, look at him making his way up to the prelims.
Bobby Green still fights.
Philip Hawes is fighting.
I don't even know who that is.
I know these guys. I've seen them fight.
Real quick, doesn't Andreas Michailidis look just like Justin Gaethje though? Are they the same?
Hold on a second. Let me see. There's this dude, and then there's Gaethje.
Oh my god, bro!
But Gaethje just take a picture like a couple of days later when he had like a little more growth on that beard. There's Gaethje. Let's do another comparison. Hold on.
All they did was flip the image.
And then there's
on the Man Chatter Pod.
It's the same guy, man.
It's the same person, bro. Hold up, man. Hold up. Let's zoom this in. Where do you go to? Look at this. There it is. Oh my god.
There's this dude.
Look at this, guys.
All right, now let's go to Gaethje. Just keep that.
This. Oh my god, bro! Like,
it's the same guy.
It's the same person.
He just like he put some makeup on the tattoo or something. It's the same person.
That's the same person, bro. They flipped the image and they're like, "Look, we don't have a good picture for Michailidis. Let's just do this real quick." And I bought it up. I
didn't even catch that too.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm like, is that Justin Gaethje again? Like, is he fighting twice on this card? What is happening?
Right, Shabazian is fighting.
I didn't know he's still. That's the guy that can't strike, right? Because he has Ronda Rousey's old coach.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
what is the prelim, the early prelims? Like, man, sometimes I watch these.
Oh, Chris Bennett, my brother, you look like me right now. John Vellante.
Hey, John Vellante
No,
looks like he should be working with me. He's got the side part and like
got that. He definitely goes like this when he
I don't know
gives
what
his
that is.
speeches.
It's not even a side. It's just kind of hanging out here on the left.
He just woke up and took that picture. Like, yeah, man, just
Yeah,
send
for
this up.
sure.
Bruno Sousa.
Someone said, "Let me just make that background transparent. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that bedroom. We'll fix it. We'll
figure
fix
it
it in
out.
Photoshop."
Yeah, that's crazy. Is that guy's? Who's that? CJ. Okay, I was like, Q. Somebody's name is Q.
Cute. That's right.
We're not up in this bitch.
All right. Yeah. No, I won't be watching any of these. I'll be watching some of the prelims.
I'm gonna watch Justin Gaethje Jr. though.
Yeah, for sure,
bro.
Yeah.
Yo, you know it's not good when the guy he's fighting doesn't even have an image. Like, this is a professional business. How do you not have a picture of this guy, bro?
Of your talent, right? It should be on there. Yo, man,
right.
This card is stacked.
Let's break it down. Let's get real. Let's get serious for a second. You want to start from the top to the bottom, or you want to start Chandler Gaethje?
Look, let's do bottom to top, right?
Okay.
This dude's last fight, Cheeto Vera, was well, not his last fight, but who is it that he beat? He beat was it Sugar Shane? Or
No, he didn't beat Sugar Shane. He got knocked out by Sugar Shane. Sugar ain't lost, bro. Not
who
since
did
he had like.
He beat someone.
Click on him. I think if you click on him, it says his last fight. Right?
He beat someone and they called it like there's a big thing. I think the other person might have broken their leg or something, but Cheeto, let's see. I don't care about your significant strikes, man. Let's talk about your record. No, not where you're from. I know you're from Ecuador. Don't care about any of that stuff. Yo, come on. Give me some more on Cheeto Vera, not just the damn picture. Give me his stats. It's coming up. Why is it going so slow? Because they're loading all this garbage. Okay, let's look at his record.
Yeah, terrible accuracy for strike.
Yo.
I don't even know who Grant
he lost to Aldo.
Yeah,
it was no, I told you. No, it was O'Malley. I'm sorry, O'Malley. He beat O'Malley.
Huh? Sugar Shane, yeah. Sugar Shane O'Malley, yeah. Same person.
Yeah, I told you. I was like, am I losing? Yeah, he beat him. He beat him because O'Malley had a weird, like he went to his ankle.
Yes.
Remember, like he had like some weird nerve thing or whatever it was.
Yeah, that weird knockout. Yeah.
Yeah.
That still counts as a TKO. Yeah. Lost to Aldo.
He beat Grant. I don't know.
No idea who that is.
But I think he wins, man, because like I haven't. Frank Yeager's Frankie's been fighting in was he fighting in one championship and came back or
no, he's always been UFC all his life, but the last couple times he's fought, ever since Brian Ortega took his soul out of his body, he hasn't been the same.
Oh no, I'm confusing him for Eddie Alvarez, who went over to one to fight.
Over to one.
Yeah.
But no, it's that, like, I don't want to see him. I feel bad for like guys who I liked fighting that still fight. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like there's only so much brain you have, man. Like,
well, that's why, right? Like, there's only like no matter how good your chin is, over time, this stuff is cumulative. It's gonna catch up. I think Marlon. Yeah. I think Cheeto Vera.
I got Cheeto Vera.
I think Cheeto Vera takes it. I got him taking the fight.
No.
I don't know what happened here because I lost the whole UFC 268 fight card. So who's next on that main card? Burgos.
I see it at the bottom. Is it on the bottom? You see that?
Not here.
See that tab at the bottom?
No, it's right here. Let me close this out. There it is. I don't think I've seen this dude on the right fight. I've heard the name. I think Burgos wins.
Move right
there we go.
That. Don't care.
All right.
Michaelitis. What's Michaelitis?
Right there. Is this Michaelitis?
Yeah, it's up in the air, bro. We have no idea. I got Gaethje.
I got Gaethje too.
I think it would be a huge. I think the biggest upset on this card would be. I watched Chandler in Bellator. Chandler's a monster, right? Like take the self promotion stuff aside and all. Trying to make a name for herself in this. And take all that stuff aside. Like, Chandler's a monster, right? but Justin Gaethje hasn't fought since he got eaten alive by Khabib. Right, like after Khabib snatches, like just
everyone has that result though.
Yeah, everyone has that result, but he hasn't fought since I think that was almost 2 years ago, right? Or over a year ago.
Yeah.
So I'm going Gaethje still because I think Gaethje has one of the best head coaches in the game, and Jason Perillo, I think is the guy's name. That coaches Usman too. So I got Gaethje in that. But if Chandler wins, to me, that's one of the biggest upsets in a while. Just because I think Gaethje's that guy next. You know what I mean? Like I would love to see Gaethje win and then fight the winner of Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. Even Dustin Poirier already knocked Gaethje's block off.
Right.
When they fought.
Yeah, but Gaethje's got that. Chandler's got crazy power too, right? That's the thing. But so does Gaethje. And so both fight.
Somebody's going to sleep,
seen
right?
Chandler fight. Yeah, I think so. I've seen Chandler fight in Bellator, and then I saw his 2 fights since he's been in the UFC. I saw him when he fought Hooker, and he tried to do the same thing in both, right? He caught Hooker, and Hooker, like, he kind of wobbled. He put his hand on the top of his head and like just pinned it down to the ground and started wailing on him. And then he did the same. He caught Oliveira too, the same way. And Oliveira,
they had him on a 10-8.
Smart.
He had him on a 10-8 on that in that first round.
But Oliveira, but Oliveira went down and like he tried to do the same thing. He tried to like just put his hand down on the back of his head when he went down, and he tried to wail on him. But Oliveira went for a takedown. Like he knew that I'm hurt, so he didn't allow him to just pin him to the ground and get wailed on, and he was able to recover. But man, I don't know. Maybe because I've seen Gaethje fight a lot more. I think he takes it.
I'm a fan of both fighters.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of both fighters.
So, championship fight number 1.
Same reaction, bro. Same reaction.
Look, Wei Li. Look, I keep going back to that fight with Wei Li. I keep going back to that fight. Yeah.
Wei Li and
that fight with Joanna.
Yes.
And what a monster of a fight that was. And you know, when Rose beat her, I thought I went back and watched the fight. I mean, she was fighting well, and like my initial reaction was that kick. That was just a lucky kick. She caught her and she dropped her. But Rose was fighting well that fight too. So it's not like
I'm the best.
As short as it was, she was fighting well.
I'm the best. Emotional.
I'm going with Rose, man. I'm going with Rose because I think she got her stuff together. When she first won the first time, she's still young and not, she self-admittedly, right? She said that she just she didn't know how to handle it, everything from the training to everything. She seems like she's got that stuff together. It's gonna be. I hope it's a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good one, and I got Rose.
Yeah, I still just thinking about it now. Like what she said the whole time walking up to the octagon, saying to herself was, "I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best." Because then talking to Rogan after, like, because I am the best. You know what I mean? So like that. So I'm going with Rose too, but
either one, it's not an upset. If not an upset,
but I have a weird. Listen. I'm gonna say it on the pod live. I'm gonna pay for this fight. I want to see. I want to see this card because I'm a big fan of Kamaru Usman. Is one of my favorite fighters in a long time. I just like the guy. I'm a big fan of him as a person. I'm a big fan of like just him as a fighter. How he's gotten. I remember watching him on the American Top Team versus Black Zillions show. You know what I mean? What was it tough? The Ultimate Fighter. Then he won the show. Like he's only gotten better in every single one of his fights. Finishes every fighter that he's fought the second time faster than the first time. Destroyed George Masvidal on his last fight, fighting Kobe the second time. Again, whatever. And all these guys have the same coaches, by the way. Rose, Gaethje, and Usman have the same coach. I know Rose gets coached also by her fiance Pat Barry, but. Dude, I'm literally stalling to like not wanting to make a pick in this fight.
Look, you remember that last fight, like the last fight where he broke Kobe's jaw, but I thought it was close going in. Like Kobe might have even had it on the cards. Like
it was 50,
Usman,
It was 50-49, right? Like that was the
Yeah,
50, however you call it, it was 50-49. Like
absolutely.
however,
So
yeah,
someone had to finish that fight
yeah.
to make it
Or
decisive.
47. Like somebody had that had to be a finish. These
Right.
are the two best 170ers, right? But Usman striking, like Colby striking is good. Masvidal striking is better, right? Like, and Usman, like whatever. Let me before I get into that one. I have a feeling. I have a feeling it's gonna be Zhang Weili, man. I don't know. And this is listen. I've never stepped into the octagon. Never will. Have no. That's these are for the gladiators of our time to do. Not
Uh-huh.
knock it. I don't know how Rose, because I've already seen it once. I'm going off history, right?
Hmm.
I've seen how she handles being the champ. The pressure that
Okay.
comes with it. You know what I mean? The pressure that comes with it. Yes, you have that information in your brain to resort back to and to pull from. Like, oh, these are the mistakes I made, but those mistakes are still in there. You get what I'm saying? Like, because you made them, you're trying to you might try to like overcompensate to not make those mistakes again. And then so like if you over, I feel like if you over, it's almost like looking at a playbook, right? You
Hmm.
over prepare to run this slant, but then they cut off this slant, and then what do you have? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so you, I don't know. I think Jean Weili doesn't get the respect she deserves because of that. You know what I mean? That whole thing, like the whole like China politics of
Yeah.
it,
Right.
and
Say it. Just say what it is. Yeah.
yeah, it's the China politics and the Asian hate of it. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like, so people look at it through that lens, especially that fan base and that president
Hmm.
that's for that company.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm calling John Weili the underdog. I don't know the spread or the over under. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care. I kind of want Zhang Weili to win, but I love Rose Namajunas and
Hmm.
her. I'm the best is one of the most. It gives me chills like saying it and like picturing it in my mind.
Yeah. And look, I said that Rose was fighting well, but that fight ended in under 2 minutes.
Yeah,
But for that minute and something that they were fighting, she was fighting well. It seemed like
mhm,
at least she was. It seemed like she was establishing the pace and the distance. Um, and I mean, it was a very well placed kick, or
yeah.
you can look at it that way, or just terrible, like lack of for a split second, a lack
Just
of
a blink. Yeah,
yeah, like a
yeah.
lapse in judgment or a lapse in concentration from
Mhm.
Zhang Wei Li. Either way, or a combination of the two, and she dropped her because it was a beautiful kick,
Beautiful,
and
beautiful kick. Hell
and
of a knockout.
even though Rose was fighting well, I still thought like, well, we'll see,
Yeah.
because I was watching what's that fight this weekend with Poirier Jan and
Corey Sandhagen.
Corey Sandhagen, who Sandhagen took that first round, but the Poirier Jan is a slow starter. He just kind of
It's
watches his opponent, and
It
what
literally walks you down.
what did these guys call it? They called it like throwing away around. But what he's doing is he's analyzing to see how he's coming at you,
Yeah,
how
he's a
he's
robot.
feigning,
Yeah, he's a
and how he's
sociopath.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then he took all that data and made the adjustments.
yeah.
And I mean, and Corey Sanhagen admitted it when they interviewed him at the end of the fight, where he asked him if he had done enough. He's like, "No, I knew I didn't do enough going in to have won the fight um, when it went to the cards."
Mhm.
Um, and so that's what I was thinking with that first fight. Even though it didn't get out of the first round, I thought Rose might be fighting well, but Zhang Wei Li might just be kind of measuring her, and then she'll make her adjustments later on in the round or later on in the fight.
Mhm.
Never got that far.
Never.
Again, maybe it was just. It takes a little bit of luck, right? Everyone could say, you could say, well, Rose saw something, which is why she threw that kick. But also, hey, you're gonna throw your kick. If that's something
You're gonna
you're gonna throw it, and
Mhm.
it happened to land at that point. But I don't know, man. I'm going with Rose just because I don't even know why.
Yeah, I
Like, I'm
know.
just going with
Listen, I'm
Rose. And
I'm
if
I'm
Zhang Weili
I'm
wins,
right there
then
with you, bro.
then
I'm right
Zhang
there with
Weili
you.
is a monster. Like I did that fight with her and Joanna is, who by the way fell out of the rankings last week
Yeah,
because she
yeah,
hasn't fought
bullshit.
since that hematoma.
Yeah.
It was a monster
Hey,
fight.
Tichon. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Tichon.
was 3 years, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Almost,
Listen,
yeah.
I don't I don't take any pleasure picking. Like I like both fighters. I want to see a great fight, and I hope I do. You know what I mean? Even if it ends in a knockout, like
Hmm.
then if Rose knocks her out again, then you move on. Like just how she did to Joanna twice, and
Yeah.
then you move on. right? And that's just what it is. But I hope that she's ready for this moment, and she wasn't as ready the second time. She wasn't as ready the first time, and then moves on. All right. The main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Usman, Covington, Madison Square Garden.
You're
Who
ready?
you got, bro? Yeah, who you got? We don't even need the split screen. We already
No,
said
no,
it, so yeah, we're good.
no. I'm good. I
What you got?
got Usman. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be another. But I think it's gonna go deep, maybe 4 or 5 rounds. There's obviously bad blood there.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, like Usman is still the champion, right? Even as much as skilled as he is, and as much as he packs,
Most
as
active
much.
fighter in the division.
Yeah, but Kobe's got a chin, man. Like that dude kept fighting with a dislocated jaw or whatever the hell he
Yeah.
had.
In
Um,
like the second round, he cracked his jaw.
yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
So I think it still goes 4 or 5 rounds, but I think it's gonna be on a stoppage. Like someone's getting knocked out. There's not gonna be a submission. Someone's getting knocked out, but I think it
Oh,
goes
they're
4 or 5.
they're rocking sock'em robots in that
Yeah,
bitch.
it's
Yeah.
Usman. I got Usman again. Like I think that would be more of an upset, as good as Kobe is, than Chandler beating Gaethje. I think Kobe beating Usman would be more of an upset, but I got Usman winning it. But when you're swinging, trying to take someone's head off, anything can happen, right? It's like that Rose and Wei Lee fight
Yes.
earlier in the year, like that, just that well placed kick. It happened to
Mhm.
land, and that's all it took. She got dropped.
Yeah. No, look, it happens, right? Like it. I just listen. I got Usman too, right? Like, but that first fight, there, and we can watch it right now on YouTube. They put it out there. The whole fight is on YouTube,
Yeah,
and I recommend we watch it again. Like I'm definitely gonna watch it again before that fight
yeah.
because that was an amazing fight. That
Hmm.
was like Colby is an amazing fighter, bro. Like
Yeah.
he wears you down, but his wear down is the same skill and technique that Usman has, and Usman's just a little bit bigger, right? Like Usman wears you down, but now he's gotten his striking. I think his striking so much better. Like his process is so much better. Like he wasn't a striker 2 years ago when they fought
Right. Right. Right.
to this level, right? And he's the most active fighter in the division. Kobe hasn't fought since that fight. He literally just waited his time.
Hmm.
You know, if he did fight, I don't know who he fought. Like it wasn't somebody that if I can't think of him at the top of my head, it didn't happen. Type of situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think he's just making it's almost like ring around the rosy. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like he's just coming back through, and I think Usman's incredible, man. Like I'm just a fan of Usman. Like I just am. Like as a person, as a man, as a fighter, just his like again, he's fought more than any other 170, and
Hmm.
he's the champion.
Oh, by
So
the
it's not
way, Kobe's last fight was against Tyron Woodley.
fight.
And we know Woodley was not the same Woodley, right? This
Mhm.
was September of this past year. So he's fought within the last year, last 13 months or last
Yeah, but
11 months. But it was a
Woodley
rib
is
injury, and it wasn't the same Woodley, right? It wasn't Woodley from
it's not the same Woodley.
2016, 2017.
No, Woodley hasn't been the same since Usman. Again, Usman snatched his soul and put the game plan out there what to do, and
Yeah.
every other fighter after that did it. Like every fighter that Woodley fought after just did, hey, let's do what Usman did, and
Hmm.
Woodley didn't evolve and develop from there, which sucks, right? Because I mean, I was a big fan of Woodley too. I'm just looking forward. Like I don't have the same like vitriolic anger that I had. You know what I mean? Like when they fought the first time because it was like so politically driven, and I mean
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
back in the time where like I was like into that whole thing, and now I'm
Sure
just
were.
like
You were part of your own little cult over there.
yeah, I wasn't a one person cult.
Yeah.
I wasn't a one person cult for sure. It was just me talking to the mirror like, oh, these red hats. Like that was a very simple cult. That was simple, but yeah, I got Usman, man. Yeah, I think you're right. Like I think the upset that I picked earlier would be only overshadowed if this happens, but just because I don't see it happening,
Hmm.
I just think Usman's better at every level.
Right.
And I think like I said, like he has the best coach in the game. These three fighters do Gaethje, Rose, and Usman.
Hmm.
I don't see a way Kobe wins. Because I don't think Kobe has that one punch killer. And I think it comes in a barrage, and I think that barrage is always going to be answered by Usman. That's just my take. completely fan-sided and completely through the biased eyes that I'm a bigger fan of Usman than almost. I think it is only battled by like maybe Stylebender as far as people I'm a fan of in UFC anymore. That's it.
Yeah, man.
I got none.
No, I'm looking forward to the next fight. That if Usman wins, what's that next fight? What has to be the next fight?
What can it be? What, Nate? It's not going to be Leon Edwards. Who you going to pull up, John?
Huh?
Who's the next one?
Who do you think is in line? I believe because Usman. What is Usman? Usman is
170.
Was that lightweight?
Welterweight.
Welterweight.
Yeah.
So who's the next welterweight? It's not. It's got to be. I think he fought this weekend too. A UFC 267.
Who did he fight? Who fought?
See, now I got to look it up because it's one of those dudes from.
One of the Russians.
The Khabib.
Khamzat
Chimaev. Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to be that fight.
No,
I think he's going to be forced to fight.
It's going to be Nate. It's going to be Nate and Khamzat. That's from everything I'm hearing. Everything I'm reading on Twitter from Dana White. Yeah. Which, I mean, make him a bigger star.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then after that, he gets that title shot, right? I mean, who else is going to fight?
That's it. I mean, after Nate, you only get the title.
Yeah.
But Nate's gonna do if you finish, only one person's ever finished Nate. Well, two people, George Masvidal and Josh Thompson. So that's, and two ATT guys, right? No, Josh Thompson was with the Daniel Cormier team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, look, that's supposed to be the fight probably early next year. Khamzat and Nate, which would be dope. You got Leon Edwards fighting George Masvidal, I think, next month on that Dustin Poirier Oliveira card. So yeah, we got some 170s that are on deck. I don't like Leon Edwards. I think he's boring. Like that's one guy that I like. I could care. I kind of hope he loses because I don't. There's nothing in me that makes me want to see him fight again.
No, I'm not interested in watching a Leon Edwards fight. In fact, the last fight that he won, Nate almost caught him because Nate just kept taking it. And then if Nate had like 20, 25 more seconds, he was out. That dude was out on his feet and Nate was still coming.
Yeah, no, it was over. All right, man. So UFC 268 on Saturday. I got nothing else, man. You got anything else for the people?
No, man. Don't go out there and join a cult, you know?
No, yeah, don't coach your life out of the situation, man. Like, talk to your friends. Don't find some random white guy at a Circle K and just listen to what he says. Like, don't make that mistake. All right, there's better decisions to be made out there.
Hey, that's right. So, if the business opportunity is you filling your garage up with cosmetics or diet packet, powders in little packets, that's not the one you want to join.
Last one. If you could skip the ad on this YouTube video, it's not for you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right.
Just know. If they're walking around their mansion holding a phone and it's actually a video camera that they're
showing you their Lamborghini,
that they probably don't own with Dan Bilzerian, don't fall for the bullshit, man. I got nothing else. That was your public service announcement for the Man Cheddar Podcast. We out.
Peace.
Bam.